Welcome back to the Content Maven. It has been a hot minute since I have recorded a video. I have taken the summer to spend it with my kids, and moving forward, I will be taking video breaks during their breaks. I have a senior this year and I feel like my time is extremely limited with my kids. So finding time to spend it with them is essential, and so that is why I took this break. But I am back from summer. The kids are back in school. They went back last week, and I am ready to hit the ground running and to tell you what I've been up to this summer, because I still have been working and still creating content and still teaching about content. And so we're gonna get caught up. First, you know the drill. We gotta grab some coffee. My Friends mug. I love Friends. Man, talk about great content. What a banger. Oh, he needs a bath. He always wants to go outside right when I start recording.
What's up, bud?
Okay. So my summer was great. We stayed mostly local, and we did go camping one time, and we got up north a little bit, got out of the heat, even though it was still kind of hot. And mostly we just stayed close to home and swam and did all of the summer things that you do. Blizzards all the time from Dairy Queen, things like that. So taking the break was absolutely essential. I know as a content creator, it is easy to feel like if you're not constantly creating content that you're gonna lose your audience. But as someone who's done this for almost 20 years, I think it's really important to find the pockets of time that are important to you and to make sure you're not losing sight of your family and of the people right in front of you. Because to be totally honest, no matter what any platform says, your audience can be rebuilt again and again and again. And I've done it multiple times and will continue to do it. And so taking a few weeks off to protect my peace and to be with my family and not feel like I'm constantly having to create and constantly having to work was really worth it. And that's one of the privileges of being a content creator, is that you get to decide when you create content and when you don't, and your audience, the real ones, will be there no matter what. Think about all the content creators that you follow. When they take breaks, are you like, oh, I'm out? You're not. Generally, you're not. You hang in there, and when they produce more content, it's more exciting than ever. So that's my big encouragement to you. That's what I learned this summer. Now I'm coming back refreshed. When my kids have fall break, I won't do a video that week. When they have Christmas break, I won't do a video that week, or those couple weeks, and so on and so forth. And I'm gonna really just take time to create content that is gonna benefit my audience and that's fun and inspiring for me to create, but also that prioritizes my family and my friends and the life that I'm building by being a content creator. Something I did do, though, is I did keep my blog running. In fact, I actually stepped it up like 100 notches. I started blogging 5 times a week. I know that doesn't work for everybody. That's not ideal. That might have sent you just into a tailspin. Don't spin out, just hear me out. I'm not saying that has to work for everybody. I just started doing it and really found that is an amazing flow for me. And so I've kept it going now for a month, and I don't see myself changing that anytime soon. It doesn't feel like a burden. It feels refreshing, and it has been really fun for me. I personally think that blogs are not dead. And if you have a blog, or if you have the capability to have a blog, I would start thinking about pressing back into that, because you really want to have content that is your own. Content that another platform doesn't necessarily have full control over, so that when the platforms make changes, you have your asset that you've been working and building on. My dog needs to come inside, hang on. He always does that. The minute I start talking, he needs to go outside, and I'm like, bro, you've been outside all day. So all that to say, I've kicked it up a notch with my blog. It's been very refreshing. I'm blogging about different social media news, different content that I'm reviewing, like commercials, movies, plays. Those are all forms of content that I enjoy consuming, and reviewing them has been a natural step for me, and it's just something that I like to do on my blog. But I'm really passionate about helping you understand what's going on in the content creation world and how you can apply it to your business. There's so much information. We live in this information age where it's like a new update every other minute. At least that's what it feels like. And how can anybody keep up with it all? I can't even keep up with it all. And I'm actually trying to a little bit. But I've started sorting through some of the noise and trying to really figure out what's valuable and what's important and what is worth paying attention to, and started blogging about those things. Anyways, all that to say, I've been in action, posting on social media, Threads, Instagram, Facebook a little bit, and of course Pinterest. Pinterest works for me around the clock, no matter what I do over there, so I sometimes don't have to worry about it right now, and that's awesome, and that's why you should invest in Pinterest. And I've been blogging and enjoying my family. And it's been a great rhythm and an amazing way for me to continue to create content that worked for my family in this season. If you feel like you are in a season stressed out about what content you can create or should be creating and don't know what to do, or you feel like you're not creating enough, or you feel like you're creating too much, or like you don't have time to do it all, I just want to reassure you to take evaluation over what it is that you're creating and what actually gives you life. Content creation is not easy and it's not always going to be inspiring, but at the end of the day, what is moving the needle forward for you in a way that feels maintainable? Those are the things when you're in crazy seasons that you should continue to press into, which is why I continued pressing into my blog. It didn't feel overwhelming. It felt life-giving. It was work. I had to do it. 5 blog posts and email newsletters a week is not a small feat. That is something that has to get done, and it's not gonna write itself, even with ChatGPT and all the resources that we have. Like, it still takes a lot of work to write an actual blog post and for it to come from authentically me and not just sit down and ask ChatGPT to do it all for me. So it took time, but it felt life-giving. And I was able to do it in pockets of time when I was at the dance studio or watching a hockey practice or during a chess tournament. You have to figure out what works for you if you want to be a content creator long term. And that is exactly what I've spent this summer doing. I've spent it evaluating and realizing that I really love creating YouTube videos, but that I have to have breaks in order to be present with my family. And if that means that my YouTube channel grows a little slower, that's totally okay. In the meantime, I'm gonna keep blogging. If you wanna check out my blog, the link is down in the description. Check it out. I'd love to have you over there. Also, I've been email newslettering every day, coinciding with my blog. And my email newsletter is called The Daily Pour. Get it? Pour, daily, coffee. Gotta have it. I don't know how people survive without coffee. I just don't. Props to you. So I've got that email newsletter happening, and it coincides with my blog so that my subscribers get a link to my new blog posts right away. It's going extremely well and I have loved it, and I would love to have you over there. As for these videos, for the foreseeable future until my kids have a school break, my goal is to post 1 video a week and to talk about the things that are important in the content creation world with a way to help you create content that matters. So I want to help you learn what's going on and how you can apply it so you can cut out some of the noise and really figure out what works for you and your brand instead of spreading yourself too thin. There's a way to build content and a way to share content and to build your business so that you have peace. It's a ton of work, I'm not gonna lie, but there is a way to do it. And I'm really, really excited to lean into more of my thoughts on content creation, what it means to be a content creator, and how to help you become one too. Because even if you're a business owner and you're not an official content creator, you do have to create content for your business. So part of you has to be a content creator for a little while you're creating those reels and things. And I wanna recognize that that's not always easy, and it's not always fun. A lot of people find it a really big burden, and I wanna help alleviate some of that for you. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy that you're here. I feel a burst of creativity and inspiration, and I love YouTube, and I'm really excited to begin to press into the fall and to share more about this content creation world and how I'm making it work as we go. So for today, check out my blog, and I'll see you next week with a new video.